Yes. Hello. Good morning. Hey, I tried that trick again. I think they're learning animals where I could where all right. I could talk to them at the beginning like 5 minutes before so they wouldn't bark too much. But maybe they just miss you and want to say hello. I don't know. That could be it. Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning. It's Friday. Yay. We made it. It's Lola. Lola is the big mouth. Always the girls, right? Always the girls. Yes, Lola. Yes, Lola. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. All right. Hi everyone. How are you today? Good morning. I'm going to do a few shout outs. Hi, Dawn and Dawn with an E and Bren, Gloria, Arlene, Lori, Joe's here. Good morning, Leslie from Massachusetts. Hi, Daryl. Let's see who else we got going here. Did I say Gloria? What's wrong with Ardeen? Is something wrong? I must have missed it. Hi, Diane. Hi, Linda Saunders. No worry on the pubs. Hi, Gloria. Can you all hear me and everything? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So today it's Friday. I love Fridays. Ah, I really do think the work week should just be Monday through Thursday. I mean, not for someone like me. I work, most days. Um, and but I just think like that schedule-y kind of on Friday, like how much do you really get done? Right. And you're already starting your crafting for the weekend. So I don't know, maybe we should petition. Who do we petition for that? We want a 4-day work week. Good morning to everyone. And hi, Denise, Shirley. Nice to see everybody on this morning. Today, we are kind of switching things up. I like to keep you on your toes. So, we're going to do something that is Pinterest inspired. Now, a lot of you are Pinterest fanatics, as am I. I've been on Pinterest forever, and it's just like a giant cork board. And with me, I have like, I don't know, 60,000, I don't know, something ridiculous for pins. I have so many pins. Unfortunately, I have two accounts, and they're not showing. Okay, so they're not showing. I have two accounts. It's not showing my original account. Anyway, so I troll Pinterest at night when I can't be at my desk to play with my Cricut. And so I thought that we would do, in place of the Friday freebies, the way that they've been set up, we would do a thing where I would be challenged to come up with something similar. And it reminds me of that Nailed It. Have you ever watched those baking shows, those baking reality shows where they have to? And there's this one woman, I don't know what her name is. I wish I could remember her name, but she's a really loud, larger than life kind of a person. And she does this sort of nailed it, failed it thing. And people have to make like cakes and desserts and stuff. And she's like, I'm afraid to eat this, that sort of thing. So I figured I would turn that into a card making or a Cricut making project, and that's what I'm doing here. So this is a card that I ran across in all of my card, making, trolling and everything. um yeah, I'm challenging. So I love the idea of the flip flops and everything in a beach day here in New England. We may not have those white sandy beaches like they have down in Florida, but we love our beaches. And I have spent, I'd have to say, the majority of my free time before I had Owen, so in my 20s and 30s, I spent the majority of the time on a boat with my sister and brother-in-law, and we would go to Crane Beach, which, if you've never been, is the most fantastic beach. It's so lovely. It's in Ipswich. There's also a number of really great beaches here on Cape Ann. There's Good Harbor Beach, which is very popular. That's in Gloucester. There's Wingershik Beach. There's Singing Beach, which is named because when you walk on the sand makes a lovely sound like it's singing. That's really the truth. And all the way up the coast, I love Hampton Beach. Salisbury has a lovely beach. There's so many beaches that if you want to just stay clear Cape Cod and you just want to stay on the North Shore, then you can find a beach for every day of the week. It's really lovely. There's one in Nahant. There's one in Lynn. Peabody has no beaches, but we do have water, but we have no beaches. And so sometimes we don't get included in the North Shore, like Essex coast guidelines. But I think that's a big mistake. So I'm always like gunning for Peabody, because you have to go through Peabody to get to, say, Salem, which Salem doesn't have a ton of beaches, but it's still pretty historic. So anyway, yeah, Singing Beach. That's what it's called, Singing Beach. And it was named because of the sand. The sand makes a crunching kind of a noise, and they called it Singing Beach. So anyway, I like beaches. I like boats. I love being out on the water. And so I wanted to do something to welcome in summer. It's kind of new for me. I haven't really ever done this before. So I found this card and I said, okay, well, I could buy this card for $4.75 on Etsy, and which is fine. I'm not saying don't support the great artists on Etsy, but I got a Cricut. So why don't we try to make something? So I made, let's go to my Cricut. I made this. I changed it up a little bit. And I made this. I've got a lovely sun that I made out of this holographic craft board, and I put some glitter in here. I used the holographic craft board down here, and then on the inside I did some cutouts of vinyl so I could have a beautiful Dreams Are Made of Sand and Sun. So I'm going to show you how to get to this end product, okay? And you can, I will give you this file, but I want you to see my thought process so that you can do the same, because this isn't about following me and just, oh, I give me the file, give me the file. No, this is about you unlocking your creativity. Okay, unlocking your creativity and coming up with an idea. So if you're a Pinterest troll like me, then here is a great project for you. Okay. All right, so I'm going to make sure that I group this together, and I'm going to hide it, but I'm going to give you this file later on. So I saw that image and I'm like, okay, what does that image have? It has flip-flops, it has like sand, and then obviously it's on a card with a couple of mats. That's a really pretty sun, and then a cloud. There is some embossing here, but there are also some great embellishments, like right here on the flip flop where the little part like between your toes goes. They put a little like a little rhinestone, and then they have relax, enjoy your day. So I don't want to make it exactly like that, right? So I want to kind of put my own personal touches on there. So let's start off with the card shape. Okay. And so I'm going to go to my shapes, which I love my shapes. My favorite shape is a square. Remember when they were asking me, asking us about like, what's your favorite, shape? And I'm like, square. I mean, square is, you can do anything with a square and a circle, So we're going to do square. Now, my favorite size card is what's called A7. It's a 5 by 7 inch card, but we're going to cut it on the Cricut. So we're going to unlock this square, and which is what I did. I unlocked it, and then I'm going to change the width to 10 and the height to 7. Okay. And then, so that's the unfolded version. I'm going back to shapes and I'm going to grab myself a score line. Score line is in shapes. You see it right here. Okay. And so grab yourself one of those. And I think we're going to start off with a card that is, by the way, is I'm going to go to brown. I normally start off with what white, but I think I'm going to go to brown because that's what they created. And actually my sample is not brown, so just so you know, I did change that out last minute. So I'm going to create this, or I'm going to extend this score line to 7 inches, okay? Because I want it to go from top to bottom. Then I'm going to select both of these with my mouse, and I am going to choose a line up here, center. Okay. Once I have that, this becomes my card base. I do need to select it again and attach it. So now the score line, you can see, moves around. This helps me visualize how I'm going to arrange this card. Okay. So this helps me visualize, also helps me size things appropriately. So now that I have the card, I could also add a couple of mats, which I will do. I'll go back to shapes because the original card had several mats. So here I grabbed another square, and I am just going to make the square 1/4 inch all around, basically. So 4.75 by 6.75, I believe. 4.75 by 6.75. I believe that's 1/4 inch all around. And there you go. We'll turn it a nice blue, like a really nice blue. And what about another mat? Sure, why not? If I want to create another mat, here's how I can do it so that I don't have to hand size it. I can go up to offset. And instead of doing a positive around there, I can do, I don't know, is it called an inset? If it's offset, and maybe inset. So I'm doing minus 125. Yeah, 125. 125. All right, it doesn't want to stay on 125. There it is. And I'm also going to do a square corner because I want a square corner this time. So there is my second mat. I'm going to change it to a light blue. So now we have the card and we just have to fill it up with all the images, right? So what do we need? We need a sun. We need a cloud. We need flip-flops. We need some sand. And I want to add, in this case, I added a beach ball. So, and then I also need something to put on the inside of the card, like a sentiment. So I'm going to images and I'm just going to start off by typing in sun. And I want like a cutesy sun, a sun that, no foiling yet, Annette. Yeah, you're right. Aw, you're so sweet, Babs. All right. So I want a cutesy sun. I love this one. So I'm going to actually save it and let's grab it. Let's just, even though I picked that one, I just still want to, maybe there's an even better one. So sometimes I just like to look through it. This would be kind of cute with the sunglasses, but I kind of want to keep it semi-realistic. This is similar, but doesn't have the middle. I could show you how to do that. And this one, I don't like the face on that. But as you can see, you can do a whole lot of stuff. So there's my son. Now I'm working in Design Space on my desktop. So I can do this. If you're working on your iPad, you won't be able to go and search for a bunch of images and then import them all at the same time. It's just one extra step where you have to add it to the canvas and then go back and look. Just so that you know, if you're trying to do that on your iPad, the last time I checked, you couldn't. So so we got a sun. What else are we looking for? Let's look for a cloud. And I want a nice puffy, fluffy cloud. No, no, sad, mean clouds here. Also, I noticed a lot of the clouds don't have like a puffiness to the bottom, and I'm not so keen on that. I actually kind of like this one. But I'm gonna still keep scrolling and see. I just want something that's sort of fluffy and light. And we'll see what we got. This one's kind of cute. It has we can get rid of that face, but I like this one. So let's grab that one. And now we're looking for flip-flops. Flip-flops. Let's see what we get for flip-flops. So we have the sun, we have the clouds. We're looking for flip-flops. And I wanted like a 2-color flip-flops that were cut out. And so a lot of these would be good, but this is the one I chose. And it's just 2 colors, pretty plain. So I added that. What's next? Sand. I think when I looked for sand, I ended up with a lot of beachy things. But I wanted like sand. So at first I started thinking, oh, okay, I'll take this and rework it. But I think I then switched to beach. Let's see what comes out. I know, right? So I know Annette. So while I'm doing this search, when I did beach, I was looking at this and I started thinking, I do also need something for the inside of my card, but it's saying that there's 1,600 results and only like 50 came out. So, and I don't like this saying. It says all she does is beach, beach, beach. And it's a little too negative for me. So, not finding the beach. So, why don't I do beach ball and see if we can't find a nice, simple, cute beach ball that we can add. And again, there are ones that have the faces and everything. I like the facey things, but when I'm making a card, I just kind of, it's just not for me. They're great for stickers, but on a card, not really. So here's my beach ball stuff. And now the things for beach are showing up. So, so there you go. How do you suppose that happens? Who knows? They're always changing. I do love that, but they are always changing. I want a 2-color beach ball. Some of these are really beautiful beach balls, but which is the one that I chose? I chose a 2-color one. And of course, I just chose this one that has the 2 colors. Okay. And then also while beach is showing up, we can just also scroll and look for something to put on the inside of the card. This one's cute. Love you to the beach and back. And you can, look for beach vibes and tan lines. That's kind of cool. So whatever you find that you might like. I did find one. What did mine say? Dreams are made of sand and sun. So I don't see that. But maybe I have to put in sand. Let's try sand because that might actually work. Did I do sand at first? Maybe. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Oh, so cool. Great idea, gal. Okay, so I put in sand because I'm looking for I'm looking for sand, and then I'm also looking for some kind of saying to put on the inside of my card. And I'm not having too much luck here, but again, be patient with it and look, sometimes you can just find exactly what you're looking for just when you're about to give up, you know And then, of course, you could always make your own, which I did for the front of the card with the Hello Summer. Okay. So I'm just still going to look a little bit and look, Shell, yeah, beaches. But I kind of like the one that says, gone to the beach. That's so cute. Um, and all right. So not seeing it. Beach vibes only. Yeah, that's nice. Um, look. I like this beach vibes. Oh, namaste at the beach. I like that. I don't like when they try to make beach into a swear word, though. Gone to the beach. That's pretty cute. The beach is calling. That's kind of fun. And let's see. I'm not salty like my friend Wendy. My friend Wendy loves those little plays on words. And I'm not really that keen into it, but she loves them. She was like coming up with various, like when I was doing a project, I'm like, look at this, isn't it cute? She goes, oh yeah, but I would change it to this. And she like does a little beach, or whatever she does, she'll change it up so that it's kind of salty. And all right, so I don't know, we'll just choose this one. And I still haven't found um I still haven't take me to the beach. Okay. So let's put all these in here and then we'll add and subtract as we go along. Okay. So we're adding all of our images and this takes a minute. So I will just tell you that today's Friday, so it's the last day of the week. However, we do meet once a month for a Zoom call. And this Saturday at 7 o'clock is our Zoom call, which you can find being broadcast on YouTube. And also you can join our Zoom call. It's free and you don't have to, pay anything for that and all of that. And I will post the link if you're a patron on Patreon. I'll post it in Patreon and also post it in my private group, which is called Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. Okay. All right. So my images came in. Obviously, they're not to scale. Okay. And so we've got to move over. Oh, yeah. I always do this. This is this brand new computer. All right. So let's start with the sun. I want the sun to be nice and big. It's 2 layers here. And I'm going to do a little magic with that. I don't want my cloud to be 2-dimensional. You can either cut this out in like say white glitter or something else, but I just kind of wanted a flat image to sort of put behind there, but obviously it's too big, so I want to just kind of work on the size and just sort of like this. Now my flip-flops are way too big. However, there is a bit of a perspective type of thing going on here. So here's my beach ball, here's my flip-flop. So I kind of want them to be I want the beach ball to be a little bit bigger than the flip-flops, and the flip-flops we're going to tuck into the sand. The beach ball, I'm going to change the colors. I want to have red, because I think every beach ball should be red and white. And so I'm going to change the colors here. All right. And I'm still looking for my sun. Before we go back, I'm sorry, my sand. Before we go back, let's just make sure that this is, let's do this. Take me to the beach. All right. I think that's cool. Let's use that. If we want to see what I used before, it's called Dreams Are Made of Sand and Sun. All right. So we can go looking for that exact image by typing dreams are made. Let's see what happens. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. This one here. Dreams are made of sand and sun. Let's grab that and bring it in. Now it does come with some seashells, which you can keep, but I didn't. I just wanted something quick. and easy. So I just ungrouped it and took off these little seashells. And here we go. Now, because I'm using like sort of a brownish or a tan card, I don't like the black that it comes in. So let's change the color to, I don't know, what did I choose? Blue. So let's change the color to blue, and we're going to cut that out in vinyl. So I think that would look really cool. Okay. Now we're still needing to find our sand. So I'm going to cheat and go back here and have a look at where the sand came from. Where is the sand? I know. I'll go up here to the title and I'll look at the images and fonts used in this project. And here it is, sandbar. So I'm clicking on the image number and it's going to give me that. Okay. There it is. Woohoo. Let's have a look at the image set that's there. It's from Luau. This is a very old image set, but a goodie, oldie but goodie. So let's grab the sand from there. And we could also have a look at Luau and see what's up. You know, we could have tiki torches, but we're just talking about a New England beach. So let's just grab the sandbar that's here and add it to our canvas. All right. And we are going to hide this. So now this is just going to be free floating. We're not going to attach it to a card. Look, if sandbar comes in pretty big. I'm just going to resize it. And I think I will resize it to the inner mat. All right. So let's do like that. And my flip-flops are going to get tucked in behind that first bar. And I'm starting to look at this and I'm seeing that it is pretty brown. And you know, maybe need to kind of like color some of these colors a little less brown. So I'm going to go and try to choose like lighter colors and see if that works. And maybe I choose that craft, but if I want, I can make the card white too. So don't feel tied into brown if you want to just make it white. And then I just start playing with these elements, making sure that they're the right size. This just takes practice. Don't feel like, you know, I can't do that. I'm not, one of my biggest pet peeves is people telling me that they're not creative. God made you creative. We are creative humans beings. We are creative. You might not be creative about making cards, but you have creativity somewhere else if you don't have it with cards, and you can extend your resources or your experiences to making cards. So don't ever tell me that you are not creative, because it's just simply not right. All right. So we've got our beach ball, we got our flip-flops. I feel like there needs to be a greeting here. So I am going to add text. And how about just hello summer? Like that. Okay, so there it is in all of its boringness, right? And I'm just gonna like kind of make it smaller. I probably change the font, but it's not the right color. I think white would look good, but it would also need a sort of a background, like an offset layer. But I'm just gonna go into shapes and grab the square again. So the Zoom is at 7 o'clock. So let's grab that square again. Might as well. We got a lot of round things here. And so I think having some sort of square parts to it would work. And I'm going to arrange it so that it is behind so that I can size it just right. So we got hello summer. I'm going to at first I'm going to change this to, I don't know, red. Red looks kind of cool. Red is such a great color for summer. And I'm just like resizing this. Now I will group this together and bring it over to my card to see if it's too big. It is a little too big. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit and see if that works. And I mean, I thought about putting it here at the top, but I kind of like it in the middle because like when you're at the beach, it's really just, you're just seeing the sand and then the beautiful sky, right? The water, of course, but the beautiful sky, like if you're just lying down enjoying the sun, then you're just seeing that this. So I kind of like having this in the middle because it's sort of nothing is generally there, or you don't want anything there, right? So here is our card. Now there are a few finishing touches that I will mention. So I mentioned that I like thinking about the sun being brilliant and radiant. So this is where I start to think about colors and choices in my paper. So you guys know me, I have a lot of patterned paper. So I always like to sneak in a little patterned paper, and I'm trying to think where I would put it. And I thought flip-flops would be a great idea for the color. So I'm going to turn that into sort of a different color than the blue, just simply to indicate. So I'm going to turn it to green to indicate that it's going to be its own color. Okay. The other thing is too, with this hello summer and also with the saying for the inside of the card, I want to cut this out of vinyl. So I need to make sure that they are not the same color as something else. So when we go to cut it, then we have to move it. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to go up to color sync and make sure we have um change that out. So if you see over here, color sync right here. So right here, the white is showing it's our card base and it's the ball, like the ball base, right? So, but and then there's Hello Summer. So we don't want Hello Summer to be on the same page. So I'm actually going to click on that layer, and I'm just gonna, just because I want to distinguish it, I'm going to change the color to a light gray, and that way it will make its own color. Okay. Now we can also sort of reduce the number of colors here. And I can see two places where we could definitely reduce the colors. So the flip-flops have this little orange bit on there. So why not have it be the same as the sun? So we can scoot that there. Now they're the same color and we don't have to have two different colors of orange. Same goes for our beach ball and the little hello summer thing. Let's scoot that one up and they can be sharing the same color. And then the rest is going to be its own thing. Okay. Now, you want to change this around. I'm just kind of like telling you, you don't have to go with what I put together. This is, it's your card. So you can make it any way you like. If you don't like a beach ball and you want a pail, put a pail. If you want to put some waves in there or a crab, do crab. I don't care. It's your card. And who knows, maybe in a few months we'll see you on Etsy selling them for $5, right? Um, so here I feel like, my card's cool. I'm going to get ready to cut it out, but I want to think about what do I want to use? I love glitter. And by the way, glitters come back in stock at Cricut.com. I just placed a huge order and there's gold, silver, and white in stock. So those are my favorites. So check it out and they're having a sale too, which is pretty cool. So here we go. I'm going to do glitter. Where do I want to do glitter? I could do glitter on the cloud. I could also do glitter on the sun, maybe the yellow, because I don't have any orange glitter. So I decided I'm going to use the craft board in this holographic foil orange that I also got at Cricut. I'm also going to cut out the sayings, the front and the inside, in smart vinyl. So when I go to make this, you guys know I always make 2 of everything, sometimes 4. So so here, this is the way it would look. And I'm going to just change the project copies to 2. Okay. And by doing that, you see here, obviously, because our card is big, it's taking up 1 sheet. And I'm going to actually have to use a 12 by 12 sheet for this, because usually an 8.5 by 11, which is this one, this will work with an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper. But so I'm going to need 1 12 by 12 in white and 1 8.5 by 11. These 2, the Hello Summer, we are going to change. We're going to cut this out in Smart Vinyl. So Smart Vinyl is done without the mat. So I'm going to change the material type here, because otherwise I have to jump back when I get to the cutting. So I'm changing it to here, and then I'm going to make a little space in between them. And the red, this is the orange, here's the sand, also sand, and then here's our suns, and this is all good, all good. And then here is our inside saying. Again, we're going to cut this with Smart Vinyl, so we're going to choose without the mat. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. I got 13 different mats. So you guys ask me, why do I have so many mats? Is because it's 13 different colors here. Now, 2 of them are smart. So I got 11 mats that I have to sort of set up. Now, the way I do this, I'll just be honest with you, is I pick all my colors at first. Now, when I'm making a card that I haven't done before, I cut it out the way that I laid it out. And then as I'm putting it together, I think, well, maybe I would do this differently, or maybe I'll change the color here or whatever. And so that's how I do it. So if you're wanting to sort of emulate what I do, that's how I do it. Before I get started, because I don't want to be interrupted in terms of like my cutting, because I get kind of into a groove. So that's how I do it. So let's put this all together, shall we? Debbie's asking, what did I click on to find the sand in Pinterest? Actually, on Pinterest, what I clicked on was, let me just go back there, is all I did was type in, let's go back up here. I typed in my search, I typed in summer beach card handmade, summer cards handmade, beach scene, right there. All right. And I started seeing all these different ones, and this is the one I chose. Okay. So there are all a lot of these to choose from. This is the one I chose for this. I got to tell you, it was hard because there are so many really great images on here. I love this one. I probably would want to do that one too. I love seagulls. I saw at Hobby Lobby last time I was there, it said happier than a seagull with a french fry. And have you guys ever seen a seagull with a french fry? Oh my gosh, they're crazy. So that reminds me of that. And so that's what I found out. Okay, so now we can go back to putting this all together, right? All right, I'm really organized today, and I have this little tray. If you work with paper and you have a lot of different little pieces, I would definitely recommend this tray. This tray is actually from Martha Stewart, and it's old. It's originally for glitter because it has this little spout, but any little tray that you have to sort of corral all your little pieces will save you a lot of headache and time. So as I cut it out, I just sort of pile up, and I think I have enough here to make, I don't know, 3 or 4. Sometimes you'll see that I have a little bit of masking tape on my paper, and that's because I use my mats a lot, and often oftentimes the mats go dull before I get to start a new one. I don't know if you're like that. And I am lazy about cleaning my mats. So you can clean them, but eventually they lose stick. So I just make a habit of putting a little bit of masking tape that I keep here, and I just put masking tape on the paper. And that's why you'll see those bits. So here are our card bases. I did cut it out in white originally, but I decided to switch to this nice tan color. And then I couldn't find a second bit of tan when I did my second one. So I chose this slightly darker color. If you have craft paper would be really cool for this. All right, so it's got a score, so we're going to just fold it right on down there. If you want a nice crisp score, just use your little scraper. They're great for that. And I always fold it both ways because I like a nice sharp score line. Now when I originally cut this out, I cut out this frame as 5x7, and I realized, nah, I didn't want that. So then I cut it out at that 4.75, that 4 7 3/4, right? Oops, I messed that up. So I'm going to turn it around. Okay. And then I think these three ended up being the same. So I did change that from my original design, and it will be changed when you pick up the design. Okay. So there are my mats. Let's go ahead and grab us some double stick tape. You don't have to use double stick tape for this. You can use a tape runner. You can use glue, whatever you want. But I like this double stick tape. It's cheap and it's readily available. I buy it on Amazon. Don't buy the name brand stuff. It's just tape. And so you could just buy this, like, I don't know, a dozen rolls, and they last me a good long time, and I use it a lot. So I'm going to put that on the back of both of these mats. And we'll place it on the card. I always do this. I don't know why. It reminds me of barn doors too. Okay, when you put the double stick tape on, grab yourself one of these weeding doohickeys, and this is my little pro tip. Is I always, like, at the beginning of it, I always burnish it a little bit, because what you're doing is you're just taking off the protective side of the back side, right? So sometimes if you don't do that burnish, it will actually lift up, and it lift the paper. So just so it doesn't happen, I wish I could show you how. So let's show you. Like, oh no, that worked. But you get the idea, right? So burnishing it just kind of keeps that part, because it's just really just a little piece of adhesive, you know. So there's my first mat, and I'm gonna just line it right up here. There we go. We had a really exciting week this week, right? We had, let's see, what did we do? We made t-shirts it was a very outdoor week for me. I was out and about a lot. So we made t-shirts for the farm, and I had to drop those off. We made stuff. I had to go to the post office because I had to send out those big vinyl cuts. What else did we do? We made some graduation cards. We had a fun time, I think. And I hope that you're finding it helpful to join me. If you are, I kind of messed this up a little bit. It's a little off center, which I might be able to peel this back a little bit. It doesn't matter if it rips the paper on that back, but I want you to see the right way to do it. You guys. Well, I messed it up, but that's okay. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. Okay, so there's our card base. Okay, next up is our little details. So these are all the vinyl cuts. We're gonna move those over. So I have today double stick foam squares. I got these ones at Dollar Tree. Don't spend a lot of money on these, and you can buy them in different sizes. The thing I like about these ones is that there's no waste. And so let's go ahead and put together where we're going to do that. So here's our ball. And here is our sun. So let's do that. So for the sun, I see how cute this is. And I wanted it to really sort of pop because that sun is always like beating down. So that's where I'm going to use the double stick squares that I got here. So you just have to peel these off and lay them in good. Use more than you think you're going to need because gluing on glitter can be a little problematic. So definitely use a few more than you think. And here we go. And this, I also use the weeding tool to just remove that piece of paper. Sometimes it comes off real easy, but this for me is my way. And you're welcome to do it my way or your way. That's all that matters. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope that you get some positive ideas and some inspiration from the channel. If you have anything you would like to see done, um, like yesterday, the day before yesterday, when we did the t-shirts, right? Someone said, how did you make the yellow parts and the green parts? And I explained that on yesterday's video. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I need to put my cloud in here. Now, I don't know if I should use glitter cloud or just plain cardstock cloud. Let's do glitter cloud. Hey, we could all use a little more glitter in our lives. I think I want to put the cloud this way. And it's not the back of the glitter paper. It's the top of the glitter paper that's hard to attach to another. So before I press that down, I'm just going to kind of, let's do it a little higher. Yeah, this is a happy sun with a nice fluffy cloud. Isn't that great? Okay. And then let's put together our other little pieces. We've got some sand here. I've got all different, I cut it out in a lot of different colors, but we have 2 pieces of sand for every card that I cut. We got our beach ball, and then we've got our flippy flops. Now, flip flops have a very definite left and right. So when you're cutting it out, if you're cutting out more than one set, make sure that you're putting them together as pairs, okay? And what else do we have? Oh, and this is part of the vinyl, okay? So let's kind of just lay it out and see what we got. I think I'll use this and maybe this. That gives a real beachy look. And then do I put the like I can put one flip flop in back of the first one and one on the other. And so here we go. And then here's our beach ball, which is just pretty simple, but nice red and white. And we can put that together. So I think we can start gluing. So this flip-flop has some pretty small pieces. And so I would probably recommend that you use something that has a nice precision tip. And if you can't find that, or you don't want to spend the money because it's this particular brand, the prices went up, just go on Amazon and buy you can look like quilling bottle, and and it will give you the precision tip. So you can buy just sort of generic tip or generic bottles with the tips. So you don't have to buy the name brand. You can buy a bottle and just fill it up with your favorite glue. A lot of times people ask me about my favorite glue, and I will tell them this. I do have a favorite glue, and I use it, but it's really not about my favorite glue. It's really about how I use it. So you notice when I'm putting these together, I am not using a whole lot of glue, and that's really what you want to do here. Now, I'm going to put one of these flip-flops in the back of this, so I'm going to do this together. Here we go. See, like this. I'm not going to press this down just yet because I want to get this flip-flop in the back. This paper, by the way, is from Echo Park. Let me see. I think it's from Echo Park. Yeah, it is. It is from Echo Park Summer Party. All right. Oops. You guys will do better than me because I'm just blah, blah talking. All right. So, but you want to set it up so that it's correctly done on the piece. All right. And yeah, Deanne, that's a great idea. Deanne saying she makes cards are a lot of work, she says. And yes, they are definitely like a labor of love, but I just love making cards. I just do. So so she's suggesting, make more than one at the same time. I always make two at least. And remember to grab yourself one of those photo boxes from Michael's when they're on sale and just keep them in a box. Put an envelope in there with it, and you'll be all set to go the next time someone surprise got married or you're congratulating someone for their graduation or whatever. That's how I do it. So all right. So see what I mean? There's this like big open space here. So that's where I'm going to put my Hello Summer, which I'm going to put here. Now let's grab that vinyl. Not going to need this right now. So here's my vinyl, which I cut out in smart vinyls. Let's do the inside first because that one was actually easier. You do not need to do this in vinyl. You could also change it to a pen if you wanted to, but I don't like the look of the open letters, so I'd rather do it in vinyl. You could also cut it out in paper, but that would mean a lot of detail gluing, and hey, it's already got this stuff already got adhesive on it, so why not, right? So what I'm going in and doing is I'm just removing the negative space. Oopsie, look at that. That happens. I'm gonna put that back because I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not ready for you yet. And this weekend, I'm pretty excited about this weekend because my friend Santo is coming over and we are going to tackle some of the big projects we need to do. I'm a single person. My son, he doesn't even know how to clean. Like I ask him, like, would you go and clean that? And it never gets done right. I don't know. I guess I have to show him, or maybe he just can't do it. I don't know. But things like my garage and my basement and, or as we call it here, my cellar, um, and my attic and all that stuff, they just become like everybody else. They just become places where I collect stuff. And being in this crafting hobby, I do collect quite a bit of stuff, not just paper, but all kinds of things like stickers and And then I have completed projects and don't know what to do with them. I try to give them away as much as I can, but still can be a little bit difficult. All right, so I took all of the, so that's what we're going to do this weekend. What are you guys doing this weekend? It's supposed to be really hot too, by the way. And here is my mess up that I'm trying to fix as I'm talking to you. All right, there. I think that's it. Go ahead, right there, right there, right there. Yes. All right, then I'm going to grab the corner and I'm going to peel off. And I find easier to sort of using my weeding tool to sort of peel these open-ended letters like this, the dream. But here we've got this little mistake. So we're just going to fiddle around with it. Dreams are, here we go, are made. Oops, what happened to our E? Go back and press it down. Dreams are made of sand. Oh, come on. Sand. Where's my... there it is. Should have pressed that down to begin with. And sun. There we go. All right. Once we have that on there, yay, I did it in the first try. Woohoo. I'm going to press it down a little bit because I see like these can be hard. This can be hard. So I'm going to take a little bit of transfer tape. This I already used from yesterday. So you can reuse your transfer tape. I'm going to put that on top. I'm going to burnish it. Yeah, I can't keep paper on the floor because my dogs, all the hair kind of collects on it. So I have to elevate it. And for that matter, I'm finding Teddy Bear just loves to chew on all the odd things. Yesterday, it was a string of Christmas lights in Easter pastels. He chewed that apart. The day before, it was this wonderful sheet of plastic, they were adhesive backed pearls in all different sizes. He chewed that, and I'll tell you, it was coming out the other side for a couple of days. So he's getting on, but he still does that. All right, so it's okay to use transfer tape on paper. You don't want to press down too hard. You just kind of want to hold that corner there. And also it does, if you're using quality paper, it tends not to tear, like lift from the top sort of thing. All right, so dreams are made of sand and sun. Looks good. Let's do the Hello Summer, which is quite a bit smaller. I probably would have chosen a different font. So if you're having problems with mine, go ahead and change the font. But here is Hello Summer. And it's in white, and HE has a negative space here. Right. So I'm like, I think I clean my garage and my attic like once a year. Because I go out. I went to Michael's the other day and shopped their clearance. Not a whole lot of great clearance stuff at Michael's, but usually around this time, Joann's has a huge clearance section. I think it's like June or something. So gonna make room for all the new stuff, you know. Oh, and I'm such a naughty person. I bought a book binding. It's kind of like a notebook binding, but I bought this new book binding tool from, it's not new either. It's called Cinch from, we are memory keepers. So I'm going to play with that when that arrives. That will be so much fun. And I'll show you how to make little booklets for whatever occasion. So that should be fun. What else did I get? I have a couple of different ways that I like to cut paper, and one of them is with the guillotine. Do you know the guillotine, like in France, where they used to cut people's heads off? They call these things called guillotine cutters, which are, instead of being like that sliding motion, they're up and down chops. So I used to have a really big one like you'd find at schools. I don't know what became of it. I might have given it to a school. So I decided that I wanted another one because they're so much fun. so I ordered that too. Just kind of having a little bit of fun and look at what. Oh, here's the other thing. The button press that we bought last year. Some of you bought last year. I bought it. They now have two new sizes. They have a square size and a heart-shaped one. I'm having trouble getting the heart-shaped one, but I did get the square one, and it's cool. And I want to show you how to use it because that will be fun. All right, so there's my Hello Summer. I could maybe make that pop, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to glue it on. We don't have an IKEA. Hey, you know who we haven't seen this week? I don't know if she's around. Is Kirsten around from Rhode Island? Kirsten from Rhode Island? Is she on vacation or something? Haven't seen her. She's usually on. Off with your head. Yeah, right. I love those guillotine ones, and they make that noise like when you're opening it up, it makes that noise. So I thought, I need to get another one of those. Anyway, so there is our completed card. Hello, Summer. Dreams are made of sand and sun. Wouldn't this be fun? A nice way to say hello to somebody. And perhaps if you want to, put it in your Etsy shop. Again, I will give you this file. Let's go back here. I want to show you something about sharing your files, okay? Because this is new and I'm really excited about it. Okay, first of all, have you ever noticed that there's a little star up here at the end of your name? So I've already have this and I've saved it, okay? And it's called Pinterest inspired Hello Summer Beach Card. But when I make a change to the card, that little asterisk is to indicate that I've got to save it before I leave Design Space. And if I don't, it will remind me. But that means that I've changed something about it. So I'm going to save it. All right. And now I want to share it. I think I've already shared it actually. So when I click on the name, see that? I click on the name. There is a little toggle button now. It says make public in Design Space. I'll turn it off for right now. And when you turn it on, it does ask you, do I agree to the terms of use? Yep. And then you get a little like shower of confetti, and now this will appear in Design Space Community. To find Design Space Community, you can go over here to the hamburger and go home. And when you scroll to the bottom, you will see eventually, wherever it is, there is community from the community. It's just taking a little while, but it's down there at the bottom. Why is it taking so long? This homepage is a bit heavy, graphic heavy, you know. So let's see, but it's good. They made a lot of improvement. Here it is, from the community, and you can see they have these separated by Father's Day. They have them spring inspired. So I assume they're going to keep doing this throughout the year. And if you want to see more, you can just hit see more. And if you want, you can add in your whatever you want to see. So if you just type in card, these are all the cards that people have shared in the community. Isn't that awesome? Look at all these lovely. Now here's Louise Beauregard. She's such a great card maker. She's like an engineer. So if you want to follow Louise, this is where you would do it. You'd find one of her projects and you click on her name, and then you would choose this little button to follow or unfollow. She's got almost 5,000 followers, and look at how lovely. Look at all of her projects. Aren't they great? Just great. And she's been doing that for a while. She's so clever. And they're all different kinds of people that, you know, you can follow. And that's where the community program is coming in. I'm sorry, contributing artist program is coming in. That's where, if you see under the featured image, you can click on, if you like this image, you can click on this person's name, and it will bring you to all of their images. Okay, so this is Piquet Oldman from Michigan. And quiet now. So you see here, she has images and she also has shared project. So so you can see all of her images, and you can also be following her, which I am, and also you can like some of her images just by clicking on that. Okay, and then of course you can just add it to your canvas, that sort of thing. Okay, so there you go. And to get back to your canvas, click on the hamburger again and hit canvas. Also, when you click on the hamburger, you can view your own profile. So you could have followers you don't even know about it. I only have 424 followers. Yikes. But you'll see here, there's my card that I just shared. There's a congratulations card. There are the England printables. And so I didn't for a long time have the ability to share. So I had a little bit of trouble sharing, but I have 167 projects there, and it's a little bit of a profile. Okay. All right, everybody, that's it for today. So you can pick up this right here under shared projects, or I will also post it in YouTube. And so that you can pick it up there. I'll post it on Facebook as well. I hope you enjoyed this Pinterest inspired card and this whole segment. If you have, please like and definitely follow my YouTube channel, because we're going to do this a lot, and I have all kinds of ideas, and I am regularly trolling Pinterest for ideas. So if you like this card, follow me, and you're in for quite a few more as time goes on. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Hope you have a lovely crafting weekend. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend too, and we'll see you all tomorrow night at 7:00, either on YouTube, or you can actually also do Zoom with us, and we'd love to see your shining face if that's the case. All right, everybody, take care and see you tomorrow. Bye.